Welcome back to Chess Thoughts, where we challenge conventional thinking and explore ideas that push us forward. As the end of the year approaches, there's a familiar buzz in the air, the promise of a new year, new me. It's a time of resolutions, grand declarations, and hopeful beginnings. And while there's nothing inherently wrong with setting goals or reflecting on how we want to grow, today I want to talk about the illusion behind New Year's resolutions. Why do we wait for January 1st to start changing our lives? Why do we treat the new year as the only moment to turn a page when every single day, every single moment, is a chance to begin again? Let's dive in. First, let's unpack the cultural weight of New Year's resolutions. For centuries, humans have marked the passing of time with rituals and ceremonies, using them to signify transitions. The New Year is one of the most universal of these rituals, a moment to pause, reflect, and reset. But here's the thing. The New Year is symbolic, not definitive. There's nothing inherently magical about January 1st. It's just another day on the calendar, no different from March 7th, July 23rd, or October 11th. Yet, we place so much emphasis on this date as the time to start fresh. And because of this, we often fall into a trap of waiting. How many times have you heard or said something like, I'll start in the new year, or next year, I'm really going to focus on this? Waiting for the new year can become an excuse, a way to delay action. We convince ourselves that change needs to align with the calendar, that we need a clean slate to begin. But here's the truth. The clean slate we're waiting for doesn't come from the turning of a page on the calendar. It comes from within. Every moment is a chance to start fresh. Every day is an opportunity to make a different choice. If you want to start eating healthier, you can start with your next meal. If you want to focus on a new habit, you can begin today. There's no need to wait for a specific date to give yourself permission to change. So why do we cling to the idea of New Year's resolutions? One reason is that they feel safe. By setting goals for the future, we give ourselves a cushion of time. We don't have to act right away. We can push the work off until next year. But in doing so, we lose precious time. Another reason is that the new year carries a sense of collective momentum. Everyone around us is setting goals, making plans, talking about fresh starts. It feels like a wave we're all riding together. But while this momentum can be motivating, it can also create pressure, a pressure to set resolutions we're not truly ready for or committed to. And that's why so many New Year's resolutions fail. Because they're born out of a sense of obligation or tradition, not genuine readiness for change. So, how do we break free from the illusion of New Year's resolutions and embrace the idea that change can happen anytime? The first step is to shift our mindset. Instead of seeing the new year as the only time to reset, start viewing every day as a fresh start. Ask yourself, what small step can I take today toward the life I want to create? What can I do right now? not tomorrow, not next week, not next year, to move closer to my goals. This doesn't mean you need to overhaul your entire life in an instant. Change is a process, and small, consistent actions often lead to the biggest transformations. Another important step is to reflect on your why. Why do you want to make this change? Is it because it aligns with your values and aspirations? Or because it's something you think you should do? When your goals are rooted in a deep, personal why, they become more meaningful, and you're more likely to stick with them, regardless of the date on the calendar. Finally, remember that the journey is more important than the destination. New Year's resolutions often focus on big end goals: losing 20 pounds, saving a certain amount of money, achieving a specific milestone. But life is lived in the day-to-day moments, in the small wins and the lessons learned along the way. Instead of fixating on the outcome, focus on the process. Celebrate your progress, no matter how small. And give yourself grace when you stumble, because growth isn't linear. It's messy, unpredictable, and beautifully human. So, as we approach the end of another year, I invite you to reflect, not on resolutions, but on possibilities. What could you start today, right now, that would bring you closer to the life you want to live? What small step could you take, not because the calendar is about to change, but because you're ready to change? The truth is, you don't need a new year to begin again. You just need the courage to start. Thank you for joining me for this episode of Chess Thoughts. If today's reflection resonated with you, share it with someone who might need a reminder that they have the power to start anytime. Until next time, take care, and don't wait for tomorrow to live your best life. Happy New Year, everyone.